Good day, folks. Last week, well, not last week, but I think all of us remember how Elon Musk foamed in court badly. He doesn't know how to answer questions. Okay, so it's very important when you go to court, don't think you are the superstar, be prepared. Right, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to use the same case, but this time, if you want to look, I actually done this for Elon Musk. No, I mean to show Elon that this can be done, and he should have prepared himself. But for now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the same thing that I used the last time, and now do it for the defendant. All right. So what I'm going to do is that we're going to represent the plaintiff. So cross-examining, we're going to cross-examine the defendant, which is Brooklyn. So actually, what happened recently was, I mean, a few days ago, was that Brockman took the stand. Now, much of his evidence was crossed using his diary. So importantly, don't be, yeah. So I don't have access to his diary, so I couldn't put stuff in. But what I'm using is that I'm asking the bot to cross-examine the defendant. So in order for the plaintiff to cross-examine the user, must to cross-examine I'm the user. I'm Brockman. So we have to satisfy this part here. This part here. Okay. So this is the important part. So Elon Musk claims racketeering, wire fraud, conspiracy, market allocation. These are the four things he claimed. But in court, what we found out was that his lawyer actually went on his character, went on Brockman's character. Again, like I said, we don't have the thing. We don't have his diary, we wouldn't know. So let's hope. So what happened now is that it's preparing the questions, and let's start.
You instructed your legal team to argue that Mr. Musk's lawsuit is sour grapes from a frustrated competitor, yet you also instructed them to deny any market allocation conspiracy with Microsoft if you are confident there was no illegal carve-up. Why frame his complaint as mere jealousy rather than a legitimate antitrust concern?
That's a good question. I don't really know how to answer that because it's a very difficult question because you need
Your
to
solicitors were instructed to claim there was no binding contract with Mr. Musk, but you also instructed them to produce emails showing Mr. Musk wanted a for-profit model if no contract existed. Why did you feel the need to prove his alleged hypocrisy about a non-existent agreement?
again, there's something which is best left to see. Most of the time, when you do cross-examination, you need to know the context. If you don't know the context, we just know what the claims are. We don't have the evidence to reply, so it's going to be hard for us. But the bot is able to generate questions that are quite. I mean, if you look at this kind of questions, it will take you about less than 30 seconds to understand what it means. And normally questions like this don't actually we're supposed to split the questions up, but yeah, but the robot actually tells you what type of questions that you should look at, and that's the point.
Given your confidence that there was no illegal market allocation agreement, can you point to any formal board resolution or written policy that prohibited OpenAI from developing its own hardware or Microsoft from developing its own AI software?
There's none.
You instructed your solicitors to assert that the nonprofit mission evolved due to rising costs, yet you also instructed them to deny any bait and switch scheme if the evolution was a natural response to financial reality. Why did you not disclose that evolution to Mr. Musk or the public at the time you were soliciting his money and talent?
Well, this one is not actually correct because Mr. Musk was the one that started this. So Mr. Musk was the one that provided the money, and myself, I mean Brockman, the defendant was actually a creation of Mr. Musk.
So, when you say questions that you should look at, are you now acknowledging that no such formal board resolution or written policy exists?
Well, as you can tell, when we're running a live transcript, the machine actually records what I say, which is bad. But yeah, I mean you can do this. I mean the whole point is get those questions, recognize those type of
In your
questions.
instructions to solicitors, you claimed Mr. Musk's departure in 2018 was voluntary, but you also instructed them to highlight his push for a Tesla merger if he left willingly. Why did you need to explain his exit by pointing to a proposal you now characterize as a breach of trust?
Mm, right. I don't think I did well. So see, most of it I didn't do well. Even the question huh? Yeah, I didn't do well on that one too. This one is, yep.